To love someone deeply is to see them truly. To run from them is to run from yourself. And this is a search of your own truth, not of the other. These are the words that woke me up last night. Divine Masculine. This journey is an inquiry within yourself about how you see yourself, and to begin the process of seeing and grounding in you what the Divine Feminine sees in you. At times, she steps into the conversation to share her own reflections and truth. Look in the mirror. A mirror reflects at face value what you see, but in fact, it gives you a glimpse of how another may see you. It is a journey traveled through unconditional love. Through this mirror that is your counterpart, and that is often clouded by the density of this current manifestation. The purpose of unconditional love experienced through another is to show you the most beautiful, powerful, and truest parts of yourself, the ones that transcend the timeline you are on and currently feel bound by. There will have been times you looked at the Divine Feminine and almost judged her, seen her as maybe limited somehow in her judgment, in loving you, whereas in fact, this is how you see yourself, and comes from an unworthiness to be loved so deeply, so truly, and so unconditionally. All of these layers that you cover yourself with have been triggered by feelings of wanting to bridge the distance to her, but in fact, they are gifts and events that are designed to bridge the gap between how you see yourself now and who you truly are, the version of yourself that your heart so desperately yearns to live out in this lifetime. And her love is able to transcend the bounds of time. What the masculine is often unable to see is the gift that he is to the feminine. And if you knew from her heart everything she now loves about herself and how she learned those deep truths through you, you would have a glimpse of the truth about what a true gift you have been to her. You essentially, over time, have given pieces of herself back to her, and she has been able to access these truths by feeling worthy of being in the presence of your desire and your attraction. What you desire from her is in fact retrieval of yourself and your own soul that was once only able to be seen through the unconditional loving eyes and heart of a Divine Feminine who was unable to heal parts of herself and retrieve parts of herself alone. She says, "If only you could see how I see you, you wouldn't be afraid of me. You wouldn't run from me. You would love yourself enough to be with me and grow with me." At the core of this journey is rapid growth. Be willing to find out what it is she sees in you without over-attaching to the idea and concept of getting to her as quickly as possible. It is not being with her that is urgent. What is urgent is your soul's need to be with yourself, to see in yourself what she sees in you, to come into unity. Structures are a masculine trait. The Divine Feminine triggers feelings in you to destroy the structures that prevent you from realizing your true self. This feels scary. While a feminine is able to shift her structures with grace, something you admire and at times envy as you observe how she navigates. What you do not see is how tender, shattered, and raw she once felt inside, how lost she felt before your eyes saw her, how you reflected what was in her back to her, and how your love allowed her to have faith that there was ever something she needed to retrieve from herself. You shifted her from the inside, and she has the ability to shift you from the outside. These are the complementary influences of nature. Where you see weakness in yourself, she sees strength and power. Where you see shortfalls, she sees uniqueness. Where you see lust, she sees desire for love and true acceptance. Where you see hurting others, she sees a worthiness to explore, uncover, and learn. What is meant for you will always be yours. One of the possibilities and realities she has had to reckon with is not ending up with you, and rather looking for someone who sees what you created in her to live out and experience this version of herself. This should not be seen as settling, but rather as a solution of peace found in the present. Realize that you too have the opportunity to look for someone who sees what she awoke in you, while you allow yourself to be in the present, with the ultimate goal of not necessarily being with her, but realizing, living out, and experiencing the full extent of what she has seen in you. What is meant for you will always be yours. She may seem like a destination, but in the infinity of existence, of life seen from the eyes of the soul, the destination sought is an illusion, with the search of one's truest self and highest timeline at the core. During this recent solar surge, masculine by nature, the surge of masculine energy in action, divine feminine's masculine was catapulted into healing, into burning away everything that was false to her, a cleansing, if you like. The tables, in a sense, turned. Now, this is not to speak of this as a shift in power, but rather a shift in how she perceives her own structures. The power, strength, and determination she's moving with now is also something she's drawn out of herself, through you. The strength she's found in herself is a strength she has found through you and through the energy shifts and change that you have been unconsciously sending in her direction. You have been emitting a powerful force of energy, of strength, change, and shifting structures, and this force has channeled all the way to her. The strength of this force has rendered her unable to ignore it, and the direction of it has also rendered her unable to come towards you. And because of the love and reception of the ground that she has grown through and relied on, she has had no choice but to absorb that energy into her being. Your strength and courage have fortified her, and now the mirror she holds up to you is one that resembles you even more than before, while still holding that gentleness and unconditional love within it. I see an image of the gravity of her ocean pulling in a direction fired by your strength, pulling you towards her in a way you were once afraid to allow yourself to be. That is you, facing an image of the force of change you were once too afraid to see in yourself. As I see visions of these energies moving and depicted in the image I shared on this video, I shift back and forth between the concept of the feminine and masculine energies playing out as two people dealing with the energetic shifts between them. And then again, I see them playing out as the masculine and feminine energies as they push and pull within the individual, almost depicting the requirement of unity within oneself for unity with another to be able to take place. The polarities have been so powerful and so close and pulled on each other with such force and influence. So however far away she feels from you, one thing she wants you to know on a deep soul level is that she has never felt your power so alive within and around her. Just as you once could not put into words when you felt her move the oceans deep within yourself, pulling you as though she had her own hand clutched deep into the depths of your heart, pulling it towards herself. If you can perceive the attractive yet confusingly uncomfortable pull you once felt from your encounters with her, you have the opportunity to perceive the fiery pull, strength, and determination she senses from you at this particular time. And know that if she can feel from her distance that there are people around you, divine masculine, that sense this force rising from within you, and while they may not say or admit it or be conscious of what is happening, they can feel the force and power rising from within you at this time. And to the divine feminine, with the light of the fire in your heart, let it highlight everything it is bringing to light about yourself. And with the heat in your heart, breathe it in deeply, and with your out-breath, let that heat spread into every part of your body. This is integration. Everything that is false is dying, and that is the fear that you will never be loved like that again. What is running within you seeks to find itself, and now that you have seen what is not true, you are in the process of creating a container that can only hold what is true. To the divine masculine, know that there is an ocean deep within you. And although it feels as though the ocean is outside of you and threatens to drown you, it is actually within you and calls you to allow yourself to fall or dive into it. Feminine knows this, that there is no drowning, that there is only learning, that one is truly held by a force more comforting, more grounding, more accepting, more truthful, and less failing than any other. To fall into what you have feared is to overcome the limitations of the structures of your conditioning. I find it so beautiful to witness all of this love, this light, and this darkness, the interaction of these energies and forces in one space. To me, a testimony of the readiness for potential and growth between both the masculine and feminine energies in this space, as they assist each other in reaching their highest soul's potential. While there is so much content available out there, I am grateful to Spirit for creating this one room for both energies to learn and see each other, not as the other, but as both and one, providing stabilizing information to this dimension which has oftentimes felt so cyclical.